Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you an individual ETF analysis, actually, in the XLF. That is the popular Financial Select Sector SPDR Fund. XLF is the, it's the banking and insurance companies and so forth, a leading indicator of that group. I did record this video, by the way, on Thursday, August 11th, 2022. And I think we're going to be offering this now on a week-by-week basis. So once a week, we'll be putting out the XLF. We're going to put something out every day on YouTube now. We're getting back into that groove, something a little different every day. The DIA, the IWM, the XLF. We're considering maybe Tesla as its own daily report, and then we'll see. We'll see where we go. And an individual stock pick, perhaps. But anyway, if you have any requests, you could do so. Just, enter that request here in the YouTube messaging area. So this is the XLF. Let's move to the charts. These are all weekly bar charts. The big event for this week was pushing through, settling earlier in the week above this descending channel top at 3407. And this defines, on one count, the bear trend that has occurred since the January high. Maybe that was a December high. 3407. We look to be settling above it. We only have a day left, so I'm assuming we're going to close above 3407 for the week itself, Friday, August 12th. I did record this on Thursday, August 11th, and assuming that is the case, I see 3 to 5 more weeks recovery, bullish continuation to a 2/3 speed line that is presently at 37.33. And this is also trend defining. This is similar to what we're seeing in the NASDAQ 100 and triple Q. The chart is laying out quite similarly in terms of the what's going on here in terms of violating a descending channel top that is 6-8 months in the making, 3407, and anticipating a descending 2/3 speed line at 37.33. With regard to this market, I consider these kind of equals right now in terms of trend identification. So we have kind of a near to midterm buy signal above 3407, anticipating 37.33. Will we retrace all the way back to A, the all-time high? There is a school of thought that merely closing above 3407 does indicate as much. But I think with regard to this fund, the XLF, you really have to respect the 3636 handle resistance as our next meaningful upward pivot point into later year. And it really begins at 3682, which is the pullback low, that immediate pullback low within 3 weeks of the all-time high A. We came back nicely, almost retested that high. So that's a big sort of symbolic level, 3682. And also 3733, a 5/8 Fibonacci retracement. Sorry, 3737. So there's a lot going on between 3682 and 3737. I'll be following 3733 as sort of the pivot point into later year. So I will say that the market we're anticipating this over the next 3 to 5 weeks, possibly sooner. 37.33 can contain buying on a monthly, possibly quarterly basis. We could fall off from there in a meaningful way back to the 3407 channel top within 3 to 5 weeks or less of testing 37.33, and possibly even more to the downside. But when I say more to the downside, you can see the 3407 channel top is dropping at a pretty aggressive pace, and as we get into October, November, it actually duplicates that low area B. So, we could fall from 37.33 all the way back perhaps to the low area in the very low 30s within several months of doing so. But closing about 37.33 is sort of my green light into later year for aggressive recovery back to A, back to that all-time high in the low 40s. I don't have it in front of me, but if we close above 37.33, I would give that a 2 to 3 month likelihood for retracing all the way back to that high. Until then, just know that's a trouble spot between 36.82, 37.37, and really queuing more off of 37.33. Let's take a look at the downside. That what if we do close back below the 3407 channel top? I don't see that happening Friday, August 12th. It's a day from now. And I just, this market really has to fall apart. I mean, stranger things have happened. So if we do close the week back below 34.07, no buy signal into September trade, anticipating the 37.33 area. In fact, I would anticipate the market back on its heels, anticipating the very low 30s again within about 3 to 5 weeks. 30.93 is the low weekly chart settlement price. 30.37 is the actual low itself from July. That would be anticipated again if we close back below the 34.07 channel top. And we'll be watching this channel top on a week-by-week basis. So if next week we fall apart and settle below that channel structure, I would then have a 3 to 5 week sell signal back into the low 30s where we could bottom out for a week, maybe a month. But honestly, what I'm going to show you now, if we close back below the 34.07 channel top, I do think this market is back on its heels as we continue into the fourth quarter. And over the next 2 to 3 months, we could fall all the way back to the 28.15 rising 2/3 speed line, which is trend defining on a long-term basis, projected off that March 2020 COVID low. This very same speed line, by the way, held beautifully in both NASDAQ 100 and the Triple Q, the daily Triple Q report we put out daily. And it held long-term selling pressures. I'd been mentioning at the time that line study could contain quarterly, possibly annual selling pressures, and it has performed that way thus far in those two markets in the NASDAQ Triple Q. As far as the XLF is concerned, once again, if we close back below 34.07 or that structure, I think we have a realistic 2 to 3 month target to the 28.15 speed line, which by later in the year is closing in on that the low 30s support anyway. So I think that kind of summarizes. I'll be back next week with another XLF. If you have any requests, let me know. Go to wickedstocks.com if you're interested in daily Triple Q, daily SPY, weekly NASDAQ, weekly S&P, 2 individual stock picks a week that you never see on YouTube, so forth and so on. Otherwise, we'll be back soon. You have a great day.